Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how I package my cake toppers. I've been making a lot of cake toppers over the last couple of days because I've had an order from a shop that wants to stock them. So I've done a couple of double-sided ones and some single-sided ones, and I need to get these packaged up for retail sale. So when I do my cake toppers for retail, what I normally do is pop them into one of these cello packets. I make myself a header and then it's got a backing card in there as well, just to keep it straight. So I'm going to show you how I made all of this and how I did my writing and stuff on here. So let's jump straight in. So the first thing that I do when I'm packaging up my cake toppers is just grab my cake topper, and then I've got these A5 sized cello bags, and when these have run out I'm actually going to start making packaging using vellum, so like a tracing paper, and I'll probably end up just folding a piece of paper in half for that. I might show you how I'm planning on doing that in this video as well. So all I do is just get a piece of plain white card that's going to fit into here. That one might be a touch big, so I'm just going to trim that down. It doesn't need to be too accurate, it's only to keep your cake topper nice and solid. And what I do is just pop it into here. There we go. So that is inside there now. And now, okay, so here we are in Cricut Design Space. I'm just going to find my sheet. So this is what I use, cake topper packaging. So as you can see in this project, there's a couple of different items that I've used. So I've got my basic rectangular shape for my header card, which is just from the basic shapes menu, and it's the rounded edge one here. And then all I've done is just put my writing on there as to what it is. I've got this little decal here for a present as well. And then I've got not suitable for children due to small parts. So I've got that on the other side. If you've got a price, you could put that on there as well. But I guess if the store is selling them, then they're going to want to price them at whatever they want to sell them at. So to make this, the easiest way to do it is just to go into shapes. Get yourself this rounded edge rectangle on the screen, and then I just stretched it out to be the size that I wanted it to be. So this one is 17 by 10. So you can always come up the top here and change your sizing in this box as well. So if you just unlock this padlock, you can take that down to 17 and then make that 10. And then I like to make mine white, just so that it's representative of the card that I'm going to be making it from. And then all I did was go back to the shapes menu, get another line which is a score line, and then I need to rotate that 90 degrees. So just come up to the top here to the rotate, type in 90 and press enter, and it flips it round. And then I need to change the size of my score line, so I'm just going to come into this box here and type in 17. So that it makes it the same width as my actual piece of card here. Then if I select both of them and come up to a line, and I want to center that. So that is now on there as well. Then if the store is going to want to hang the actual cake topper, you need to have a little ring cut out so that they'll be able to do that. So what I do, again, is come over to shapes, and then there's this little stretched oval, it's called. So there we go, that's the official Cricut terminology name for it as well. So what I do then is just using the padlock here, just make it small. Okay, I'm not sure actually how wide those things are, but I don't imagine that they're much bigger than that. So let's make it a little bit narrower. Okay, and I want to get two of those on my screen, so I'm just going to duplicate that. And then what I'm going to do is just select both of them. And I want to come up to a line again, and I want to either align them to the right or the left. It doesn't really make a difference. And I'm thinking I might actually pull that one down a bit more, actually. And then I'm going to do the align again. I should have moved it before, but never mind. Let's do align left. Okay, so they are in the same spot now. So again, I'm going to just make those both white. So let's just select them and change the colour again. And then what I'm going to do now is click on group. Okay, and then I'm just going to pop that there, and you can see where my crosshairs are. That is the centre in between the two, and I want that crosshair to lay right on the centre of my score line so that they are equally distanced when that card is folded, so your hook or whatever it is that they're going to be using to hang them is there. So I'm just going to drag over everything again, and I'm now going to click on align again, and I want to center that again. So they are in the center this way and that way now. So let's just go over here and just attach all of that together first of all now. So I've got to write my happy birthday cake topper, so I'm just going to choose text. Because the Cricut's going to be writing this one, I need to write out what I want it to say. Okay, and then I'm going to just pull that down to here and go up to my font box, and I need to get a font that's going to write. So if I come over to the filters here on the right hand side, click on filters, and you'll get all these different checkboxes come up, so you can click on the writing style here, and now all of these fonts should write, and the one that I used there I think was Bikini Babe. Yeah, so that's the one I'm using here. I have got another font that I liked. I'm just going to try and find it because I keep fonts all in my notes. Let me see what this one is. So this was another one that I quite liked, the DTC Miss Honey. There was another one as well that I liked, and I can't remember what it was called now, but let's do it in the Miss Honey for this one. Just see what it comes out like. It does take a little time sometimes to convert it. There we go, so that is perfect, and as you can see it's a single line font, so it's going to draw really well when you do it with your Cricut. So let's align these to the centre. And then I'm actually going to shrink my font size down. I'm not going to use the drag handle on this occasion. I'm going to actually put that font down to 14. And let's just pop that in there. We could probably make it a little bit bigger. Let's go to 18. Yeah, okay, so that's cool. Okay, let's pop that there. I'm going to just centre everything again. Oops. Let's align it to the bottom, and then we can, oops, let's pull that back up to where we want it to be, and then we can just centre it horizontally. I pressed the wrong centre, but it's fine. Okay, so there we go, that is there. I'm going to leave it black, and then I'm going to just put my not suitable for children. Okay, and then I'm going to come off that again and change that to an 18 font again. And then what I want to do with this, because obviously it's going on the other side, it needs to be upside down when it writes. So, alright, so we want it to be the other way around. So what we want to do is rotate it 180. So there we go, that is now upside down and ready, and we can put that wherever we want it to be really. So I'm just going to use a black Cricut pen for this particular one. Should I put one of these on? Should we find an image? Let's put an image on. I'm going to go into operation type, and I want to just select draw only because I want the Cricut to be able to draw it. Obviously the more detail that you add to your topper header, the longer it's going to take for the Cricut to write, and we all know how long it takes for the Cricut to write. So, you know, if you want it to be a quick process, I would suggest not putting anything other than just your writing on there. Cricut is so slow coming up at the moment with anything. Let's go for these balloons. They're quite nice, aren't they? Let's add them on. Just want them to be quite small. So let's just shrink them down. Just going to pop them there. I'm going to do it all in black, so it's just one pen. So once you've got everything that you want on your design, if you just drag over it all and then come down to attach again. So that is all ready now to go. I'm going to just hide this one so that it's just this one we've got on the screen. Let's go through to make it. Okay, so we're through to the make it screen now and our card is on there. If you're doing more than one, you could always come up to the project copies at the top here and you can click on the arrow up there and you can see how many you can get on your screen. Let's apply 3 for this one and see what it does. Okay, so I can only get 2 on my page because I'm going to be using A4 sized paper. An A4 sized paper is 29 by 21 centimeters. So I can fit 2 on, which is fine. So I can do 2 at a time. So let's get the mat ready now. Okay, so I'm just going to use this light grip mat today, and I've got a piece of just plain white cardstock. I just need to get these last few bits of masking tape off my mat. I was doing a print then cut earlier and masked my mat up because it wasn't very sticky. So let's just pop the piece of card into the corner of the mat. That there. I'm just going to use my brayer to just give it a good press down to get it on there. Make sure it's stuck nicely. So, oops, when this cuts out now, it's going to do the cut around there and then it's going to do the writing with the pen. And I am going to use today, I'm going to go for this black glittery Cricut marker, and this is a gel one. So let's pop this into the machine and I'm going to change over my blade to be the scoring wheel because that is what it's going to ask for first. Here's my scoring wheel. It's the 02 tip on a quick swap housing. Okay, so on the screen then it's showing us that we've got a score, a pen and a basic cut. So if we go through to continue, it's going to find the Cricut eventually. It's been ever so slow recently finding the Cricut. Oh, it's a bit quicker today. Right, so I'm going to be cutting this on the poster board setting purely because it's quite a thick card. It's 220 GSM. It is asking me for the double scoring wheel into clamp B, which is the 02 tip, and it also wants the pen into clamp A. So I've got my pen here, and what I'll do, take my lid off, pop it on the top so I don't lose it, open clamp A, I pop that in and just push that down. Mine never click. I don't know why. Everybody else's pens seem to click, but mine never does. I'm going to take out my fine point blade from clamp B, and then I'm going to pop in my scoring wheel into there. Now I'm ready to pop my mat in, so let's pop that into there. And now our flashing C button is flashing ready, so let's click on that. So the first thing the machine does is the scoring. It's just got 2 lines to score there. Next it's going to start doing the drawing. I really love watching the Cricut draw, but it's very slow, so I will probably speed this part of the video up so that you're not sat there waiting for the Cricut to do all of its drawing. Finished. Now it's time to pop in the fine point blade again. So just take out the scoring wheel from clamp B, and here is the fine point blade. Just pop that in and it just rests on the ledge of the clamp there. If you just close that back up again, two-handed job, and then press the flashing C and it will start doing its cutting. Or not. Okay, so that is a Cricut freak out. Let me just grab the mat that's behind the machine now. Okay, let me see if this will cut. I don't know whether it will now, so what I might have to do is just pop that in. Let me see if it will just do the cut. So I'm just going to mess about on the machine. I'm just going to cancel the cut. And I'm going to come off the cut. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do actually on the screen, because this has really messed it up. Okay, so because we've done the drawing, we've done the scoring, we just need to do the cut. So let's get rid of everything that's not involved in that. So first things to do is just group everything back together again, detach it, and then everything over this side is what you're going to see on here, but it's now all separate. So if we click on the little eyes, we can just hide the writing, and then we can also hide that score line. So now that is just the cut. So let's just draw over it again. Sorry, let's just select all at the top again, and then I'm going to make sure that's attached. Yeah, so that's all still attached because I attached it separately. Let's go through to make it. I don't know whether this is going to work because it is obviously now in a different spot because I've had to eject the mat, but let's just see. So I'm just going to pop that mat back in. I'll select my material again, which was the poster board setting, and then let's click on the C and we'll just see where it cuts. This just goes to show you that it doesn't always work, even when you're filming for YouTube. Alright, so it says it's cutting. Let's have a look at what it's going to do. It doesn't look too bad. Interesting to see whether the second one comes out in the right spot. Alright, then it's finished its cut, so it looks pretty good. Let's just check it's cut through by just lifting it up, and it has. So we can just eject the mat now, and then I'll come back over to the desk and we'll go through what to do next. Here's the card then that we've just cut, and as you can see it has actually cut okay. So I'm quite pleased how it's cut, because obviously we had to eject the mat because the Cricut had a little bit of a freak out, but I think it's good to leave that in so that you can see what to do if you encounter that problem. I don't know why it did that. Sometimes it just loses the plot, like we all do, I guess. The only thing I'd probably say is I do think that it has cut further down than it should have done, purely because I feel as though these aren't quite equal, but we'll find that out in a second. So I'm just going to flip it over and take those off, because that was just a light grip mat. It's really easy to get them off. So here are the cards, and they will go on the tops of here. So I'm going to seal this cake topper bag up. Just take that off there and fold that over. Alright, that's perfect. Okay, next I want to get this and just fold it in half across the score line. And there we go. I don't want to press it down too much because I don't want to crack that card. So there's the back where it says not suitable for children due to small parts. And there is the front, which just simply says happy birthday cake topper, which is exactly what we wanted it to say. So we can pop that now on the top of there. And all I do then is just grab my stapler, which is here. Make sure it's nice and straight, and you want to make sure that your staple goes through your plastic and your backing card, so just hold it where you want it to be. And I think I might do it that way around actually. So if I get it nice and straight, and then I'm just going to go on here. Oops, I'm not very good at stapling. And then now on this side you just want to be careful that you don't actually get it through your cake topper, so it needs to go there. So I'm just checking there that I'm not going to hit my cake topper, and that is through there as well, and I can see it's perfect. And then that's ready to go then into the shop to be sold. As I said, once these plastic things have run out, these plastic pockets, I'm going to start using a piece of vellum, and this is basically just an A4 sheet of like tracing paper. It depends what it's called with where you are from in the world. And what I'm going to do is start trying to put it into these instead of those plastic things. So it does mean I'm probably going to have to make my cake toppers slightly smaller, because what I'm going to want to do is get it to fit inside this vellum sheet, but this gives you a rough idea of what it's going to be like, so it will save on the plastic that we're using at the moment with these, because these aren't recyclable, whereas this will be. So then it will mean that for the most part the packaging used will be recyclable. So I'm just going to try and figure out a way of trying to get it in there. I might just make my stick a little bit shorter, because it will work then, and it'll go in diagonally, and then we can just use the same piece of topper paper for the top there as well. So that's another method that I'm going to start trying to use, because we all need to try and cut down on the amount of plastic that we're using and throwing away. So I hope you have enjoyed this video and that you found it useful. I hope you will, when you're making cake toppers, make your own personalised header cards, because it really does help to display your work to its full potential. If you have enjoyed this video and you have learned something new, don't forget to hit the like button and maybe even consider subscribing to my channel. I would love to have you here. All that's left to be said now is have a great week, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!